Okay, we are going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, minutes and reports received and filed.
Yes, we have the auditor's June 2024 revenue and expenditure report, county clerk's June 2024 fees, and the reporter's June 2024 fees.
Good, okay. Commissioner Committee liaison reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Looks like we got Independence Day events mainly, the downtown Salute to America on the 4th, Osage Bend Tractor Parade as well on the 4th, and then Saturday, Russellville ATV Rodeo and Fireworks Show. I think that's all I've got on there right now, so.
I have a meeting tomorrow with the 250th committee. Thank you, Sam.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
And Wednesday, the governor is going to have an event to honor 2 5-star generals from Missouri in the Capitol. 4 o'clock is the parade on Thursday. 5 o'clock is the opening ceremonies, and dark is the fireworks.
And midnight the rain. So it's,
I hope.
You're in
Let's
charge of
hope.
that. Push it
Let's
off.
hope it holds, yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
who's in
Yeah.
charge of that?
Today is the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, and there's a ceremony at the community center there on Dunklin. But unfortunately, I won't be able to make that. I will also be at the 5-star ceremony tomorrow. That's to honor General Pershing and from Overley. My mind's one. Brad, yeah, Brad. And then, yes, the parade and everything. So that's all I've got. Any commission comments? Okay, bids and contracts. Renewal 3 of EMS collection services.
This is the third renewal with LifeQuest for our EMS collection services. They've agreed to keep their percentages the same. For their regular collections, it's 13%, and then their legals are 25%. EMS has been pleased with their work, and our recommendation is to renew it for another year.
A motion to renew the contract with,
LifeQuest.
say it again,
LifeQuest.
LifeQuest services for the EMS collection services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, renewal 1 of propane provision and services.
This is the first renewal with Farrell Gas for our propane services at Public Works. We bid this out in 2023 and asked for a year 2 and 3 pricing as well. They agreed to stick to their year 2 pricing for $1.95 per gallon. Public Works has been pleased with their services and pricing, and our recommendation is to renew it for another year.
This is a motion to renew the contract with Farrell Gas for the propane for Public Works.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Renewal 2 of vehicle fleet maintenance.
This is the second renewal with Donnie Brown and Son Auto Repair for our vehicle fleet maintenance for the Sheriff's Department. They've agreed to no changing in their pricing, and the Sheriff's Department has been pleased with their services. Our recommendation is to renew it for another year.
A motion to renew the contract with Donnie Brown and Sons Sheriff's Department vehicle fleet maintenance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Contract signing with Davis Creative Painting LLC.
This is just signing of the contract with Davis Creative Painting LLC for the courtroom painting project. The total was $41,140.
And this was a sole source with which we ran, right?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to sign the interior painting contract with Davis Creative Painting LLC.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval and signing of EMS office furniture quote for 319 Adams Street.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we worked with Jessica to identify some local vendors who would be capable of providing the office furnishings for the new station. It's a pretty extensive process considering that it's 5 offices plus the administrative assistant space, a conference room, a training room, and all the seating for the crew side of the building. So we did check with a couple different vendors, and we were able to identify Samco as the best fit. They worked with Architects Alliance to come up with a design for the office furniture of the building, and all of the furniture that they were able to propose for us is on contract, so we are receiving a very good price on that. It's very hard to compare apples to oranges with other vendors, but we did do our best, and we do feel like this is the best pricing available to us. So I did send that proposal to you. You guys kind of have a visual of what that looks like, but the total package came out to $45,552.75, and that's about $3,000 under what we had budgeted in that part of the project. So happy to answer any questions, but we'd like to get this approved and set up with them. It also does come with an extensive warranty, and this does include delivery and installation of all the furniture.
I think
Me too.
doing it locally, I think it does make it better.
Make a motion to approve and sign the EMS office furniture quote with Samco.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval and signing of quote from Fire Station Furniture for 319 Adams Street.
Yep, so this goes back to the crew side of the building. This is for the bunk room furniture. Some of it we're able to move over from the sheriff's department, but obviously this facility is larger and we have more bunk rooms, so we need to secure some extra stuff. So included in this quote are 3 mattresses, 5 bed frames, 5 nightstands, and then 5 desks for the individual bunk rooms. Total price is $7,821.02. And there are some other furniture items that we have spread around to other vendors. So those quotes will be coming in the coming weeks. But we do feel that we've given equal opportunity to all the vendors, and we've worked with Fire Station before, and they've been very good to us. So we want to make sure that we secure the items that we can from them.
So it's okay to have fire station furniture in an ambulance station?
It is. It is.
Okay, just didn't want it to clash.
Yes, and it is not going to be a fire station. There will be no fire apparatus in the building. Apparently that rumor has been going around town, so. Just
It's
one.
part of the original budget too for the,
Yes, this is included in that budget line. so.
okay.
I expected Chief Schofield to give you some issues over this.
Yes, exactly, 100%. And just globally, that furnitures, fixtures, and equipment, we did set out $200,000 in that budget line. Overall, at this point, we're tracking to be about $10,000 to $15,000 under budget, barring any hidden surprises. So we are doing really good in that area, even though it does seem like we're bringing a lot of stuff up here. So just wanted to have the global picture available as well.
Yeah, somehow that kind of falls through the cracks sometimes, so, good.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to approve and sign the quote from Fire Station Furniture.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
you just have to sign somewhere on there.
Yeah. Renewal 2 of janitorial supplies.
This is the 3rd renewal with Hilliard for janitorial supplies. They did have a 2 to 4% increase on most of their items. Some decreased and others stayed the same. As noted on the bid tab, there was a total annual increase of roughly $1,500 across the board. Greg's been pleased with their services and products, and his recommendation is to renew it for another year.
I'll make a motion to have the third renewal with Hilliard for the items described in the attachment.
Second, it'll be the second renewal or third year, right?
Correct.
I'm sorry,
Just
renewal 2, yes. Restate that as renewal 2.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unfinished business. Discussion of quick care clinic at the health department.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think this was just our follow-up after last week. We did interview a potential candidate yesterday. The interview went very well. They are still very interested in the position, and we talked about ways to make it successful, and they're very interested. They're familiar with our medical director, familiar with our clientele, and I think we would be ready to move forward. We might need to increase the salary slightly just because right now in the market, the salary is pretty competitive, but a lot of them are giving signing bonuses, and because we can't do that, we'd like to increase the salary by $10,000.
This would still be covered by.
It's all
By your
covered.
grant, so.
It's all covered by the contract.
I thought we could do bonuses on the front side. You can't do bonuses for past service. You can do signing bonuses.
Prospective, well, we could do some of that.
You can't, you're correct. I don't believe you can do anything for the past, but you can move forward.
Okay, Jill and I had spoke, I was under the impression that we could not do that. So if we could, I think that would help, just to be competitive in the market.
It's, you can't say you did a good job last year, therefore
Right.
you get a bonus for last year. You can't do
It's
that.
The Constitution, it says for past,
Right, okay.
So we can do a $10,000 signing bonus.
yes.
And you can make that contingent on X months that you have to stay.
Which, I mean,
What, I
We're-
mean,
we're kinda
whatever.
limited right now.
I mean, it has to be paid
upfront.
upfront.
True, but you can claw it back if they leave
Well,
in
yeah,
a
because,
month.
well, that's just like,
Three-year agreement.
Well,
Right.
we need to do up an
The
agreement,
contract
just like
that
we
we're
did
paying
with
for
the
this
Career
is- yeah.
EMS
Yeah.
and Public Works
Yes.
about training.
Problem is, if you're just implementing this for the first year to see how it works, then you can't put any more than a year on this.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's,
But I
Okay.
still think, like you said, a contract would,
Sure.
right, absolutely.
I think we need to try it.
okay.
I'm ready to move ahead.
I'm still concerned. I'll probably be outvoted on this, but I've had some experience, not with physician's assistants or whatever we call these folks, practitioners, but single professionals of a certain type in a solo practice in one office is tough. We'll see.
I'd like to talk more about the signing bonus, and I think that'd be a contract negotiation with the potential nurse practitioner, so I mean, I don't wanna approve it today. I don't even know if that was an ask for it. It was just about salary, right?
Yeah, because like I said, it was my understanding that we couldn't do that. So, either way, I would like to move forward because the clock's ticking on this contract, and we need to move forward with it. So whichever way we go with the salary or the signing bonus, either way, it's the same amount of money at the end of the year. Unless the person would leave
Well-
and we give the stipulation that they have to pay that $10,000 back.
I mean,
And it's all covered by the contract. It's no county money.
But it still impacts future salary if we
Well,
continue.
yes and no. I mean, if you say, look, we'll hire you for a year for $100,000 a year plus a $10,000 signing bonus. So the first year it's 110. If nothing changes, the second year it's 100. It drops, the 10 falls. It's only one time on the bonus
Correct.
on the
Yeah,
front side.
for the first year it doesn't matter.
Right.
And we had 105 in there, but yeah.
Well,
You're
I'm
correct.
just
Yeah.
using it as an example, right?
Correct.
mean, I do want to move forward with it,
Mhm.
but I just wanted to kind of talk about that part of it. I think somebody coming in and saying, okay, well, we're only gonna try this for a year, for sure, we don't have any promises after that.
Right.
I'd be probably trying to ask for a little more upfront too to cover my backside, but I don't know, that's what I think it should have been in a closed session discussion. So, but what do you have to know today? I mean, are you gonna make an offer to that extent?
I would like to make an offer as soon as possible, because like I said, with the clock's ticking with this contract, and it's gonna take a little bit to get the collaborative practice agreements, ironed out with Dr. Kaywood and get some processes, so it's not like well, she might be able to see, that person might be able to see clients day one, but it's gonna take a little bit to get things going, so every week we delay is another week we're delaying, and this
Well,
is a holiday week.
That 10,000 be covered by the grant, so it would be covered. I'd rather just do it as a bonus, and that way we can, I mean, if we have to, we negotiate the salary the second year if we continue with the program. You want to do it that way?
I'm ambivalent about, I mean, yes, the idea is 1 year. The idea is 105, except the first year it's 115. Is that right? But no guarantees after the first year.
Correct.
Or, okay.
Yeah, this is a test case, so we're gonna see if it really, is beneficial and our employees and their families utilize it.
Well, and it's gonna be a community benefit too.
Yeah, so the clock is ticking, so I would like to take action on it today if at all possible.
So if I could, if you guys could then make at least two motions, one motion to accept going into the quick care services business for a year, and then another motion to approve the 10,000 as a
With-
1-year stipulation on the salary. There's still a lot of details to figure out as far as if we're charging county employees with dependents that are on the plan, off the plan, if they're not.
I think our thought was any county employee can come. We're not running it through insurance. It's $40 for
And
quick care
so
services.
Their dependents
Yes,
can come even if they're on our plan or not on our plan.
correct. We even, a retiree actually saw one of our employees at the grocery store and asked about retirees. I'm thinking, if we have appointments open and that retiree wants to come, they want to pay the $40?
I just think all that has to be obviously let out.
Right, we will,
Yeah.
yeah, we will definitely send out an email to all county employees with the list of services and how much it costs and how to make an appointment. We're working on making online appointments available. That way they don't even have to call. They can just get online, book their appointment.
How did you come up with the 40?
We tried to look at what those standard test costs and then build in like kind of the standard copay plus strep, RSV or COVID.
I mean, even on some of those testing costs, like the pre-employment and the drug testing, we are paying considerably less than that now.
Right.
Well, and they're
That's real
24-hour, they come to us,
Yeah.
they do our randoms. We can't move drug testing without a bunch of hoopla.
You're right, this was actually for that other entity that asked about pre-employment
Okay.
drug testing, and we just did our basic lab draw, or our basic office visit, and then we checked with LabCorp to see exactly how much the test cost us. So that wasn't necessarily for the county, but other entities might be like, hey, we need a pre-employment drug testing, can we send our employee over to you?
Yeah. I just wanted to-
Right. I'm not saying that the county has to do that, but the other entity asked us, so we just looked to see, and that was,
That was on the high end.
right, and it kind of depends what you want ran with that drug test as to how much the LabCorp fees are. So that would be adjustable depending on if they want, THC or other things, or if it's alcohol, whatever they want in the test.
Well, the majority of ours are DOT, so that brings in a
Yeah.
whole nother level.
We
Yeah.
won't be able to do DOT at this point.
Well, and to do breath testing, you have to have certification as well outside of normal drug testing.
To do what?
Breath alcohol.
Right. We would do that.
I mean, I think there's questions we'll have to answer in that first year.
Mhm.
We'll,
Sure.
thank goodness we have a grant to be able to carry us
Mhm.
through that. Hopefully 1 year's enough time to mess with it. but-
I hope so.
I'll go ahead and make a motion then to approve the Quick Care Clinic for 1 year. I don't actually have a start date, if that starts today and ends 1 year
June
from today.
30th, June 30th, 2025.
Okay.
Is when the money
June
is.
30th, 2025. Okay.
I will second the motion. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Okay.
And then I'll make a motion to approve the $10,000 signing bonus for the nurse practitioner
With the salary of 105.
with the salary of 105.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay, thanks and good luck with it.
Yep, we'll work on that.
Okay. Continued discussion of the assessor's salaries.
I know it's not gonna be a popular ask, but I had some questions proposed this morning that require some further research. I would ask that this be tabled until next week. I have proposed figures, but I think some of them now are gonna be out of line based on some information that was requested this week.
You all right with that, Chris? I had some questions on it. I went through some of the stuff that you had emailed, and there was some of it that was from the old archery study, archer study. So the archery
Yeah.
study would be entertaining within itself. So I just had some questions. I don't know if you all had a chance to look it over, if you had anything in particular. Just
I looked it over, but I'm not sure I saw what the ask was at the end of the day. There's about 4 schedules there, maybe.
There was a column labeled proposed, I believe.
Would be the fourth column over on the sheet that has the employees listed on it. And most of those would be going just above the starting for the position.
When did we get this?
Last week.
You know, it was after the commission hearing, and that was
Yeah,
last week.
it was
the
late
next
last
day or
week.
two.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Thursday, okay,
Yeah.
now, so there's Archer, assessor comparative, Archer adjusted, copy of salary grid. So which one of those 4 schedules has the ask in it?
If you're looking left to right, you see assessor employee, and then position, and then current salary, date of hire, and then the new salary.
the assessor's office comparative employee salary worksheet. It's the Excel one. I think that's the one, and then be the fifth column one.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
correct. It is
And
an
then so
Excel
the
sheet.
ask is column G,
E, I think.
new salary, okay, all right. Got it.
And the only portion of the Archer study that I used is where they classified the county jobs and set a grade for each of those jobs. And then I tried to match the positions in my office to the grades in the Archer salary with other employees in the county. And also used date of hire.
I don't think the ask is excessive. And I don't want to micromanage your office, but I thought there was too much compression.
You mean between starting and upper? Or,
Well, let's say between upper and below upper.
okay.
My favorite word, right, Sheriff?
So if we table it next week, you'll have your answers and. we
Yes,
can-
and I
we
can
can
have
take
another
action.
conversation with Chris on a couple of them. I would also ask that we put on the proposal to do these increases, that we do performance appraisals, even if there are many appraisals between now and the actual decision, because I don't have record that any performance appraisals have been done in the last 3 years. If they have, I don't have copies of them.
Okay. Then
So we're tabled to next
let's
week?
table it and next week we will.
Yeah, and if I get any specific questions, I'll shoot you an email on it too.
Please do.
Okay.
Some of them there were substantial changes on, and some there weren't, and then there's still different things you were comparing them to that I didn't know how much it had to do with. I know in the Archer study, they had grade 5, had all these in there, but I
Yeah.
don't think they had a darn thing to do with each other. So
Well,
now they
they-
fall in the same category, I guess, just because of the salary.
Well, I think that when they did the comprehensive position questionnaire, that they used those to decide which positions were similar. And I was not here when the Archer study was done. Unlike you, Jeff, we only saw it after the fact. And that was the best piece of evidence that I had to compare different positions in the county.
Well, and one thing that was brought to my attention on the Archer study, well, two things. That was done in 2006, 2007, so it's 17 years old. And that the questionnaires were filled out by the incumbents and the positions with maybe little to no supervisor correction on those. So it's kind of difficult to assess 100% value on those based on what Archer may have been given. So I don't know how applicable all of them are now. I haven't been able to compare all of those.
Debbie, do you remember if that was the employee had to fill it out and then it went through the supervisor and then where it went from there?
I'm pretty sure the employee filled it out, the supervisor signed off on it.
Okay.
And then some of them were reviewed by that company if they thought there was something wrong with it or something.
Okay.
So I do believe we went through all the channels at the time.
Okay.
But again, I think it was more the market, the salary that put everybody into a certain grid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not so much light duty.
Well, let's table it and let's get everything, all our ducks in a row and let's,
I'm ready whenever you all are.
okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. I'll reach out to you.
Okay.
Okay, new business, accounts payable review.
Actually, we don't have any this week, so,
Whoa,
yeah.
okay.
No bill being paid.
Approval of Second Amendment to the MOU for the cart operator.
So we've been still working with Capital Logistics and Capital Oil to develop things at the cart, and the current MOU, which was an amendment to the previous one, which basically just lined out some things we're working on until we get to where we're ready to do a full operating agreement, has expired. So the First Amendment has expired as of the 30th of June, so we just need to do an extension of that. So this would just extend the period of the MOU to the date of December 31st, 2024. So things are progressing as far as the construction of the Capital Oil facility, and feel like we've ran into some roadblocks, primarily through Union Pacific as far as developing things at the cart, but they're turning, things are changing. It's just a little bit of a process to get into. So learning a little more as we go, but we just want to extend the MOU till the end of the year, give us time to develop everything. In addition, Capital has applied for a grant for a trackmobile to move switch cars around. If that's successful, that will pay a good portion of that, and then they'll pay the rest. If not, then the plan would be just to lease that machine until maybe a further grant opportunity comes along. So I have a document to sign, and again, this is just the Second Amendment to the MOU, just extends the period of the MOU that's in place till the end of the year. Questions?
Motion to sign the Second Amendment to the MOU with Capital Oil and Capital Logistics.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Marijuana sales tax funds.
Right quick, and before Eric leaves, I would like to thank his department. We were able to get weighted furniture for our detention facility. There's not a lot of providers, and the provider that we utilized was challenging at best, and they wouldn't give us a delivery date. And as recently as last week, we had reached out to Eric and without a date or a time, and his response back to us was, "Don't worry, we'll make it work." They sent a supervisor and multiple staff yesterday and spent hours helping us get it unloaded, hauled off the trash. Maintenance also participated in that, so I just wanted to say thank you. Appreciate you. As far as the marijuana sales tax funds, I'm here this morning to request the use of those funds for a mobile radio and 2 portable models. One will go in our transport vehicle, and the other 2 will be utilized for when we're in the community doing home visits and serving court documents. Recently, there's been a number of deputy sheriffs who have been shot while they're out doing service. We're doing the same thing, unarmed, using our personal phones.
So you sent an email about that, using marijuana sales tax funds. I thought it might be more fitting to use the opioid funds.
The marijuana is unrestricted, and the opioid funds, unless this is directly connected with an opioid situation. And
I'm not saying everyone would be the situation, but I always think a lot of things that happen are related to it, so. It doesn't really matter where it comes from, it was something I thought about too, it was something different, so.
Well, there's the settlement agreement has specific categories, and Toby's.
Okay, so what have we used it on?
We have used it for.
EMS used it for something, right?
Well, the enhanced communication system.
So you're telling me that's all opioid based, directly
There is
opioid based?
opioid involved.
Well, there's opioid involved here too, so if you're creative both ways. You're saying there's no opioids involved in some of your cases that you're all transferring?
There are.
There you go. So,
Well,
you don't just shoot down don't shoot down my idea, just throwing it out there. And you're saying I'm wrong.
I'm saying it's much more complicated than that. There are.
Tell me how different it is. These are both applications that it could be used for that have some kind of opioid relation. All you said was no, right away, instead of just saying, hey, it's just an idea.
Okay, I have to report each category of the settlement agreement. This expenditure
Sure.
goes to the state of Missouri every year, and this
Sure.
is published on the website. There's a lot of
I
oversight.
don't disagree that you have reports to make and we have to follow some specific guidelines when we accept this money. I'm just saying that this instance and this instance are similar, that there are opioid instances related to it. And I really don't give 2 craps less if we use the marijuana money or the opioid money. I was just bringing it up as an option. So if it's gonna be that big of a deal, my God, sweep it under the carpet. This ridiculous just to shoot it down because we have an idea. This drives me nuts. Every time we have something like that, you gotta be open-minded about stuff and try to make things work. So, I'm done. That's my rant. I'm gonna just use the marijuana tax and get it done with.
I would think, really, we haven't done anything with the marijuana fund as such, because we were kind of waiting to see what the courts have said, and I think we've had, 2 rulings now that.
Well, we're not gonna be giving it back anymore.
No, and so I think,
You don't know that. Maybe they have a ruling down the road that says it can't be stacked and we will have to give it back.
Well, who do we give it back to is the problem. You have to find the person that paid the tax that gets it back, and it's impossible. So, 2 vendors, and maybe the same vendor in 2 counties, I'm not sure, but in 2 different counties in Missouri, the judge in that county said, vendor go away, the county gets to collect the tax, even if the city is collecting the tax. So I don't think we'll have to pay it back. Maybe one of these cases could be appealed up to the next appellate level or wherever.
Well, the opinion would be prospective rather than.
Well,
retroactive.
that's true, but it could stop.
Right.
Going forward, or the legislature could even, or was it, wait a minute, this was a vote of the people, wasn't it?
Right.
We do have it, we're gonna be able to use it, and here's a place to use it.
yeah,
Let's go for it.
that's what I agree.
Just so you know, we didn't have an expense line set up for it because we had no idea. I'll talk to Mark about getting an expense line set up, so then we can at least do these 2 out of there with the purchase order.
Now, I know this story might be getting old, but I've pretty much told Public Works that we're gonna use this pot tax for potholes. And we're now gonna shift it over to juvenile, but that's okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have a purchase order, so.
Eric could take it.
Be a good use for the city, because we've got a lot of potholes here in Jefferson City, but anyway, that's just my,
So your ask is,
For $13,894.08 for 2 portable units, and for $6,448.01 for a mobile unit.
I would just ask, if it's okay, I'll go ahead and order the radios and use my funds and then you just reimburse me that amount. I think it'd be easier than trying to do third-party paying for this when it's going under my name, so,
With that vendor.
yes.
right now, when your employees are going out making these house calls, they have nothing.
They have nothing.
They have nothing.
They use
So,
their personal
yes, I
cell
think-
phones.
I think this is, I think this is necessary.
It would go under the sheriff's license and subscriptions and stuff.
Right.
So it makes it that much easier. So that makes sense.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just, it was Toby's idea, not the sheriff, so I just want to make sure.
Well, absolutely.
It was a good, it was a great idea, and it wasn't.
I would think Barry Gipe and Kyle Rennick.
Yeah, we'll give them credit too.
You push the button, it works. That's about it for me.
I hear you. Same boat.
I'll make a motion to purchase, per the quote, one quote of 2632089 for $13,894.08, and the other quote, which is 2643811, in the amount of $6448.01. These are Motorola solutions for juvenile.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Interim step promotions for the sheriff's department.
We've had a sergeant that was injured off duty. He's gonna be out for possibly up to 4 months. So we need to step a couple people up, one corporal up to sergeant and one deputy up to corporal to make sure we have supervision on the road. It's gonna cost approximately $7,500 currently because the vacancy's at about $9,000 in the patrol division salary line.
Sheriff, when you say it's gonna cost $7,500,
Through the end of the year.
through the end of the year, okay, all right, that's fine.
Well, and they're taking on additional duties while these.
Yes, they
people
are.
Gone, so somebody's got to do the work. And we've done this before, so.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2 pay forms from the sheriff for the temporary promotions, one, just for the 2 temporary promotions, how's that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. My golly, we've breezed through that. Do we have anything else to come before us before we stand in recess?
I think so.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to stand in recess until 4:30.
I will make a motion to stand in recess until 4:30.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Everybody have a wonderful and safe 4th of July.
Hey, Eric.
No
You wanna
fingers
let
or.
them know that it